Today, I'm going to tell you the biggest mistake you can make as a DJ. It's actually a career-ending mistake, one that I've seen many, many times, and one that you have to avoid at all costs. I'm going to tell you a real story of this mistake happening at one of my concerts, and I'll tell you how to avoid it. I'm even going to tell you at the end what to do instead to get the best results. First, if you don't know, I'm Justin. I run an artist development school called Cosmic Academy. We've been around for over 10 years, and we've worked with over 600 incredible artists. They get amazing results. They sign to the biggest labels like Toolroom, Anjuna, Monstercat, Armada, and they do play some of the biggest concerts and shows. They play in Ibiza, they play Ultra. We just had 3 students play EDC, and today we're going to be talking about shows. Our students that get results avoid the mistake that we're going to talk about. They actually do the opposite of the thing we're going to talk about. So let's get something out of the way. This mistake is not about the skills that you have. It's not a marketing mistake. It's actually a mistake in how you act. Let me tell you a story from one of my concerts about a DJ that made this mistake and acted the wrong way. Before I do though, you smash that like button. Just hammer that like button. I have no idea what it does. I think it makes panda bears very happy though, and we want panda bears to be happy. So smash that like button. Let's get some happy pandas. So back to this story. I was throwing a concert, very large concert, and it had a large lineup of various DJs playing. And one of the DJs made a major mistake. I will not say their name. I'm not here to call anyone out. Let's just call them the DJ person. So this DJ person was not the opener. They were not the headliner. They were somewhere in the middle of the pack. So he wasn't like the top person on the bill, but he also wasn't the beginner or the opener that was just starting out. You know, this guy had experience. This guy had some pretty big records. He had done touring. He had been around for many, many years, and he had a name. And the concert I was doing, look, it wasn't EDC, but it was thousands of people attending the show, and it costs a lot of money to put on a show for thousands of people. I think when we talk about DJing and performing, we need to remember that. You know, this isn't just about you, the DJ. There's a lot of other people involved needed to put this thing on. Of course, the focus are the fans. They come first. But also, we have to think about the venue staff, the other DJs, the sponsors, event coordinators, security folks, bartenders, lighting people, sound people. At my shows, I had theatrical department because I had actors, actresses, singers, etc. There's so many people working together to put on a show. This is a major team effort. I actually think about concerts and shows as the ultimate team sport. You know, if the lighting people don't do their job, the show's gonna be messed up. If the sound people don't do their job, messed up. If the security doesn't do their job, the thing is a mess. So I think we need to take a moment and appreciate that sometimes. You know, it's not just you, the DJ, and us, the DJ. It really takes this whole village to move a mountain. And just to put this in perspective, one of my shows would take between 100 and 200 people working together. And every one of those people needs to play their part. The DJs are only 5, 6, 7 of those people, and they need to play their part too. But going back to the story, this DJ person did not play their part. From the moment they were picked up at the airport, the moment they arrived at the venue, they made everything about them. Their attitude was sour. The way they spoke to the staff was disrespectful. The way they engaged with security and the bartenders and everyone else was inappropriate. They were yelling at my sound guy. They were pissing off the lighting folks. Maybe they were drunk. Maybe they were in a bad mood. But at some point, you must be a professional and you must be responsible as a team player. This DJ person was even starting shit with the DJ that came on before them and after them. You know, this DJ person was like threatening to like fuck around with their set times. Even at one moment, this DJ person came to the DJ booth before they were supposed to go on and started like screwing around with the opening DJ's laptop. And his moving around the opening DJ's laptop caused him to spill a drink on my lighting rig in front of the DJ booth. On top of that, he ended up going over his set time, starting an argument with the DJ after him. He refused to do a clean transition off. Then when he was all done playing, trashed his green room and cursed out the security. Now, let me tell you what happens. Whenever we hear stories like this, we never hear the aftermath. We never hear what really happens to that person or the people involved. Because typically, people don't care what the security staff had to say. Typically, people don't hear what did the lighting staff had to say. But I'll tell you, first, please realize that everyone that works in these industries, you know, the concert, the events, the hospitality world, they kind of all know each other. Everyone works on other people's shows. You know, I've probably worked in hundreds hundreds and hundreds of venues, and I would see the same folks, and it was very recognizable, and we'd be jumping on each other's things, helping each other out. Number two, please realize that everybody talks. And when DJ person was gone, everyone started talking. Lighting person said, hey, I'm never working with that guy again. Sound person said, never working an event with that guy again. All the way to the security guards, to the other DJs and their agents and their managers. And even to people like myself, as a talent buyer, as a concert producer, I would talk to my contemporaries and my colleagues in the business that did what I did. And what's interesting is they all had similar stories to say about this DJ person. I'd call my buddies and they'd say, oh yeah, he did a similar thing at my concert. And within about 6 months, this DJ person stopped getting gigs. And he went from a pretty decent name to someone that stopped playing altogether. So he made the biggest mistake that you can make. The biggest mistake that you can make that he made was he made it all about him. He didn't realize that this is a team sport. So what should we do instead? This is maybe the biggest tip that I can give you about playing shows. When you play, you have to make it about everyone else. Treat everyone with respect. Not just the owner or the GM, not just the headliner or the other DJs, but the driver taking you there, the security guards helping you out, the lighting people, the sound people, everyone who's working with you. My students understand this, and this is one of the reasons why they succeed. It's amazing for me to watch because I love it. It makes me so happy. Sometimes I will go to shows with my students when they're playing. Like I'll never forget, Nostalgics, one of our great students, was playing Space in Miami, really famous club. And we went with her, and when we got to the venue, it was incredible. She was introducing herself to the door staff, giving high fives, hugs, dapping it up with the security guards. She even brought flowers for some of the DJs in their teams. And at the end of the night, you want to know what everyone else was saying about her? Everyone else was saying, let's work with her again. She was awesome. So I really want you to think about this. Remember the story I told you. Don't make this mistake. And if you want some tips on getting these gigs, becoming an opening DJ, and playing some of these shows, I have an entire video on that. It's going to pop up somewhere. Go watch that next.